Harry.
Yeah.
Yo, I would say on this one, just play the video.
Right here, right now, is all I ever want. All my yesterdays and my tomorrows are right here, right now. It's what I waited for. Now I can say this is the best day of my life. Right now, I want to step back.
Good evening and welcome to the sixth edition of, or sixth episode today, I guess, not edition, of San Antonio Soccer Roundtable and the 50-50 podcast, third annual Bracketology show for UIL boys and girls, hashtag second season. We're getting ready to start 6A regions 1 and 2. With me for all six, Coach Cano, Coach Rafa, and Coach Steve. How's the energy level, body fluids?
Right there.
It's good. We can see the finish line. We're there, and we saved the best for last, I guess, if you will. Right, 6A, and we got our boys 6A. We're gonna start off with Region 2. Let's jump in, guys.
Region 1.
Yeah, isn't that what I just said?
Region 2.
Region 1 and 2. Sorry.
1 and 2.
1 and 2. So with that here, normally I do the first pick, but this looks to be a little bit too competitive for me to make that determination. So Keller Timber, and I do want to also point out here that there's already a call in from Everyman Dan, who's been on most of the episodes here.
Nice.
He's calling a first round 4-1 with Humble taking down Dobie. So I believe that's in Region 3 and 4. So we'll have to keep that in mind.
I think I had Dobie in my power rankings.
That's that's an RPI shot right there. Yeah, nice.
So when we get to Regions 3 and 4, we'll have to revisit that topic here.
Yeah.
But Timber Creek and Fort Worth Pascal, not the normal.
Yeah. I think we're good with Keller Timber Creek.
Yeah, Timber Creek.
You want to do it? El Paso, El Dorado, and Midland Legacy.
This is an interesting one. El Dorado, their first year back into 6A after having been in 5A, I want to say for the last two cycles, versus a Midland Legacy who we don't. I'm going to favor Coach Oz here and the El Dorado Aztecs.
Yeah, El Dorado, I think this game's in El Paso, I believe.
Yeah, I cannot confirm. I'd have to verify that, but yeah, we can keep going. I'll verify.
No. Helps to share the screen, Harry.
Yep, they're playing it at El Dorado.
There we go. North Crowley, 14-4 and 3, 11 and 3 versus Byron Nelson.
That game could be one of those bracket busters there.
Yeah, I like Byron Nelson. I'm just telling you, we've been talking about him for a good chunk of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that District 4 is really one of the most one of the tough, not only for the girls but also for the boys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt.
Tough districts in the state. I could see Byron Nelson knocking off Crowley on this game. What do you think, it's Steve, on that one?
Odessa Permian, there's a fan here, and El Paso Pebble Hills. So
who did you have last time?
Actually, Permian beat North Crowley in the game. So I'm leaning towards, like I said, Byron Nelson on.
Byron Nelson.
Yeah.
So I was going to go North Crowley.
Yeah.
What?
we're going Crowley?
And you like Byron Nelson, right?
Yeah,
Byron
yeah.
Nelson.
I like Byron Nelson.
Okay.
To be confused with Brian Adams, but yes, Byron Nelson. So from earlier, sorry, just a joke from earlier. If you were with us earlier, so all right. So Mojo and Pebble Hills. What do we think here? I don't know if your cup can save you again.
I'm going Pebble Hills on this one.
Yeah.
South Grand Prairie and Irving Nimitz.
South Grand Prairie.
Yeah.
Allen and Louisville.
Allen.
Don't count out Louisville because they've got
No,
some good wins
Yeah.
towards the end of the season.
No, they've got a really good player in DJ Kulai.
Yeah, he was one of your game ball guys, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
15-3-5.
They could give him. They can give Allen problems in this game.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to see where this one. I had no idea where this one is going to be played, but yeah, this will be. Yeah, I could see easily this one going the other way.
So I'll make my pick here: Irving over Arlington Martin. I think that's pretty safe.
Look at you.
You're on top of it, Irving. Rafa's been big on Irving.
Louisville Flower Mound versus McKinley Boyd.
That's a tough one.
The evenly match game there.
Yeah.
I go Flower Mound.
Yeah, Flower Mound's been, like I said, at the top of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
They've been one of the consistent programs there in the Metroplex. Because McKinney Boyd also has well too. They've played well too, but I'm going to give an edge here to Flower Mound.
Been down Midland and El Paso, Franklin.
This one is being played in Midland.
I got Midland.
Yeah, I think Coach Hernandez has done a great job there in year 2. He's had them make the playoffs both years, and he's resurrected a Franklin program that had been dormant there for a little while. But I think that they're running into, I don't know what kind of Midland shows up, right? Do they show up kind of fired up, rejuvenated after that, that loss to Permian? So we'll see.
Euless Trinity, 10-8, 8-2 in district. Keller, 12-8, 4-7, 4-3.
And this is another evenly match game.
Yeah.
Well, Keller was one of the favorites to.
They came in highly touted. They've had a hard time this year.
I wonder if that's it had to do with injuries, but to finish third, they're still a dangerous team. I'm going to give the edge to Keller on this game.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah.
East Lake and San Angelo Central.
East Lake.
East Lake.
East Lake.
Well, that was my pick. South Lake Carroll and Weatherford.
South Lake Carroll.
Hebron, Louisville Hebron and Denton Geyer.
Hebron.
Richardson, Lake Highlands and Grand Prairie.
Richardson.
Prosper and Marcus, Louisville Marcus.
Prosper.
Sam Houston and Dallas Jesuit.
I think Dallas Jesuit.
6 draws. Wow.
Moving over to the bottom of 2. Cypress Lakes and Klein Forest.
Lakes.
The Woodlands and Spring Westfield.
Woodlands.
Waller and Cypress Springs.
I'm going to give that one to Cypress Springs.
Yeah, Cy Springs.
Houston MacArthur, undefeated, 20-2 versus Conroe Caney Creek.
MacArthur.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, coach's favorite school right now, and Mansville Lake Ridge.
Oof.
I think Lake Ridge on this one.
Yeah, I guess maybe a little bit more battle tested in terms of their district, maybe. But yeah, that's another very even 2-3 matchup.
Naaman Forest from Garland or Mesquite Horn.
Yeah, Naaman Forest.
Naaman
Forest.
Skyline Waco Midland. Dallas Skyline.
Waco Midway they've always had a good program. I think they can beat Skyline.
Tyler Legacy or Garland Roulette.
Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Eisenhower or Conroe Woodlands College Park.
CWCP.
Tomball or Lingham Creek.
Tomball.
Grand Oaks or Houston Aldine?
Grand
Like
Oaks.
Grand Oaks here, yeah.
Cypress Woods and Klein Kane.
Woods.
We evidently missed that last year. And Rockwall and Garland High School.
Rockwall.
Rockwell.
Duncanville and Temple. Some in Duncanville.
Duncanville.
Garland Sakshay and Roy City.
Sexy.
Sexy. And Pflugerville Weiss or Mansville.
Weiss.
And then coming back down. Pflugerville Weiss and Garland Saxey.
This will be close.
I give it to the
I
Weiss.
think I'm leaning towards Weiss as well.
Yeah.
And Duncanville and Rockwall.
Another close one, but I got Duncanville though.
Yeah.
They've been pretty consistent all year.
Cypress Woods and Conroe Grand Oaks.
Cy Woods for me.
Could be a tough one there.
Yeah.
You like that pick?
No, I don't know. This is, I'm inclined. I like Grand Oaks. I like Grand Oaks. What do you think?
I think with Cypress Woods having two losses,
Both in district.
yeah, that could be a factor. I'm just kind of looking at their, some decent wins. Get some. They did have a 2-2 tie with Bridgeland. In district play, and they did beat them. Yeah, this could be a toss up here. I'm just trying to see who with and with was it Grand Oaks?
Grand Oaks, yeah.
Yeah, Grand Oaks. Like I said, they've had a successful season too. They have a lot. They do have a loss, like with Round Rock. They have a tie with Cedar Ridge. Like I said, playing against the Woodlands, they had some ties with them. Had a loss with College Park. They did beat College Park, so they split with them. So I think I'm going to go with Grand Oaks. I think they pull off the upset on here.
It's a minor upset, very minor.
Yeah.
Tomball and Woodlands College Park.
I got Tomball.
Tomball.
Yeah, I think Tomball.
Tyler Legacy and Waco Midway.
Legacy.
Nauman Forest or Lake Ridge. Mansfield Lake Ridge.
Forest.
MacArthur or Cypress Springs.
MacArthur.
And they're 20-0-2. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go with MacArthur.
The Woodlands and Cypress Lakes.
Woodlands.
Yeah.
So go back over to the top here.
And actually, with here's Aldi MacArthur, 2 ties against Harlan and Eastlake from El Paso.
Mhm.
San Antonio Harlan, huh?
They did beat College Park. They beat Valley View from far.
Yeah.
Jersey Village was another program that's been.
Yeah.
So they've been some
Regional
good teams.
regional finalists not too long ago. Yeah.
MacArthur.
Yeah.
So Keller Timber Creek or El Paso El Dorado.
Timber Creek.
Yeah. Keller here.
Byron Nelson or Pebble Hills.
Byron, I like
That's
Byron
them.
Nelson. Yeah.
South Grand Prairie or Allen?
I think Allen.
No.
Irving or Flower Mound?
This is a tough test
Yeah.
for Irving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaning towards Irving.
What do you got, Rafa?
Just kind of looking into with Irving.
Is there a difference between 7 and 6 as far as district-wise? Or pretty
Yeah.
close?
District 6 is, would you have Flower Mound,
a lot
Marcus?
tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 is stronger.
So that's why you're giving.
Yeah, the only loss Irving had was against Capel. But they did sweep Dallas Jesuit. So, and then
Capella is in District 6.
and they actually tied Highland Park 2-2. So that's the only really kind of blemish they've had.
For Irving.
It's going to be a close one, but I think Irvin finds a way to pull this one out.
And Capel, for the boys, they didn't make the playoffs,
No.
right?
No, they missed.
Yeah.
Midland or Keller High School?
Midland.
I go Midland. Yeah, Midland.
East Lake or South Lake Carroll?
Yeah, they meet again.
And that's typically in the middle, right?
Yeah,
That game's probably going to be played in Midland
Midland.
or in Lubbock.
Yeah.
I like East Lake in this.
Me too.
Yeah.
East
I
Lake,
think this is a down year for Salt Lake Carroll for the boys.
the boys, yeah.
Hebron or Richardson Lake Highlands?
Hebron.
Prosper or Dallas Jesuit?
Tough one
They
there.
go Prosper, but man,
Yeah, Prosper will pull out of that one.
Mhm.
those Jesuit schools are always tough.
So, okay, so we're on to the third round here. Pflugerville Weiss and Duncanville?
I think Duncanville. I think that's a little too much for Weiss.
Grand Oaks and Tomball? North Houston schools?
Yeah.
Tomball, even though they have almost similar records and district records,
Yeah.
I think Tomball. I think
Tyler Legacy and Garland Nauman Forest?
That's going to be a tough one. I
think
lean towards
Legacy.
Legacy,
I
though.
think Legacy. Yeah.
And MacArthur and Conroe, the Woodlands.
I think it's the end of the road for MacArthur.
Mhm.
here.
Hebron and Prosper.
Wow. I'm going to go. I think slight edge, Hebron here. Hebron.
Mhm.
common opponent was Louisville. Prosper tied 0-0 with them.
Hebron.
So I'm going to go with Hebron.
And then Midland and East Lake El Paso.
Great matchup. So does the moment become too much here for Midland?
Where do they
Right.
play that though? Because there's
Yeah.
really no schools in the middle, right? You would
Yeah.
have to, unless you went up to New Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know where. Unless they go to like Lubbock or something.
Or Ross.
Yeah.
I know there were some teams that were playing at.
So Ross.
No, they were playing in Artesia.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about in New Mexico.
So
Yeah.
they might play there.
That's the
Or
alternative.
or at what's it called? Carlsbad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy that we play a Texas playoff game in New Mexico.
But they could play home and home on this one too.
Mhm.
I think if the game's at Midland might have the edge. But if the game's at East Lake will take care of it.
Have you seen Midland play or?
They've beaten some good teams.
Yeah.
They've gone to
Yeah.
they go to the Metroplex for non-district games, and they've won some good games, beaten some good teams.
I'm just curious, what kind of style of play? Is it possession? Is it direct? Or
This is it's going to be a little bit more possession based. To what extent? I don't know if it's going to be like Eastlake, but yeah, I think so much of this is where does it get played, which is the unknown right now. I want to say this is a year that Midland breaks through. I just don't know if the moment become too much for them.
Yeah,
right?
'cause
They're
Midland's
not used to being there. Yeah,
Yeah, Midland's beaten teams like Birdville, the Colony, Deer Park,
right.
St. Stephen's, if possible, Grapevine. They beat them 3-0. Beat Grapevine 3-0. So they're battle tested. Yeah, the only slip up was against Permian in the last game. They may be at risk in some players, but
Maybe Midland. Maybe Midland.
So we're rolling with Midland.
Midland?
I think it's going to be Eastlake. I think Eastlake beats them.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's a tough
Flip
one.
a coin.
Yeah.
I got Midland.
Coach, you want to go home or you want to go Midland?
Yeah. No, I want to say Eastlake. Eastlake, you know what? Change that. I'll go Eastlake because I think I know more of what I'm going to get in Eastlake. Midland, I'm not. I'm not 100% sure.
Now, Eastlake's lost to Keller, Seven Lakes, and El Paso Coronado,
Tough teams.
and Pebble Hills.
Yeah, so you see, so it's like it's mixed there a little bit, but yeah.
But the two losses with Keller and Seven Lakes were 2-1 losses.
Mhm.
So they can, with
Yeah.
the powerhouses.
Yeah, we know they
match
can
up.
play. We know they can
Maybe
play
they
with
can play.
anybody. Yeah.
Allen and Irving.
I like Irving here.
Yeah.
I like Irving.
And then at the top, Keller and Timber Creek.
Timber Creek.
Timber Creek.
All right. And then Keller and Timber Creek, Timber Creek versus Irving.
I think this is the end of the line for Irving. I think Timber Creek.
And this will be in
Yeah,
McKinney?
yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny ISD. And then the other side's at Kelly Reeves.
Austin.
So we're going Keller
Yeah.
Keller, Timber Creek, yeah.
and
Hebron.
Hebron over.
Yeah. Hebron.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, Tyler Legacy or the Woodlands.
Oh, man.
And this would
This is a
be
coin toss.
Kelly Reeves, you said in Austin, so both have to travel for this.
I think this one will be the Woodlands. Just look at some of the teams that Legacy's played. They don't compare to what the Woodlands has played.
Yeah.
And look at the Woodlands they played at the Austin Lake Showcase. So they played more quality opponents than the Tyler Legacy.
And Duncanville or Tumble?
I got Duncanville.
Yeah, Duncanville.
So then this sets up. Keller Timber Creek and Louisville Hebron and Duncanville and Conroe the Woodlands. Who are your regional champs?
I got Hebron. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hebron.
And then on the other side,
I'm gonna go with the Woodlands.
I see Woodlands here. Yeah. Yeah.
and then you said to do the video, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And that's going to do it, right? For Region 1 and 2.
Region 1, Region 2.
All right.
College Promoters USA, founded and located in San Antonio, operates as the only family-owned college recruiting company in Texas that brings a truly professional, local, and face-to-face approach to area high school student athletes and their families. As the lead sponsor and proud supporter of the 50/50 podcast, alongside Coach Hector Cano, College Promoters is proud to be elevating its support for the college soccer recruiting process more than any other service in the country. If your son or daughter is serious about competing in college soccer, call College Promoters USA directly at 210-494-6363 or visit collegepromotersusa.com anytime. College Promoters USA, the best investment a parent can make in their high school student athlete.
All right, welcome back here to boys 6A Regions 3 and Regions 4, the last of the brackets to go through before we have our final discussions and see if I can pinpoint a state champion from each one from here, one boy, one girl that they select here. So Fort Bend, Ridge Point, and Katy Cinco Ranch.
I'm actually going to go Cinco Ranch. What do y'all think? No.
That's good. I'm thinking because of, district, you look at District 19 and you have Seven Lakes, you have Tompkins, Morton Ranch, Cinco Ranch. That's basically a playoff game. The district game's a playoff game.
Yeah.
And look at their district record, 8-3-5.
And like I said, Cinco Ranch doesn't shy away of who they play in the start of the season.
Very attacking team.
Yeah. They've beat San Antonio Reagan, 1-0 loss to Marcus, 2-1 loss to Keller.
Yeah.
So they play quality teams. Like I said, I think this would be one of your, bracket busters here. Because Ridge Point, like I said, good season. Just haven't really played, teams with
caliber.
Cinco Ranch. Yeah, like they lost to Marcus 1-0. So that's a good loss for them. But they also lost to San Antonio Lee. So I think this is going to be the upset here. I think Cinco Ranch pulls off the upset over Ridge Point.
Memorial versus West Side in Houston. Pretty even records: 14-6-3, 9-3-2, 9-9-1, and 8-4 for West Side.
West Side's got some good players. They've had a decent, good program. But I think Memorial just has more.
Yeah, one more.
All right, well, I'm going to pick the Katy Seven Lakes winner over Fort Bend Austin.
Good job.
Houston Bel Air and Cypress Creek.
Bel Air.
Clear Springs and Olive Taylor. I'm assuming Clear Springs.
Clear Springs.
Summer Creek and Pasadena Rayburn. I'm assuming Summer Creek. Oh, there's a little pause there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Summer Creek. They've had a good year.
Yeah, we'll go with Summer Creek.
Houston State Jesuit and Houston Clear Lake. I'm assuming State
Straight.
Jesuit.
Straight. Yeah.
Straight. Pasadena and Humble.
That's the one that
7 ties. Wow.
that was that question, right, from earlier, or the upset that
No, Humble over Dobie. Oh, you have an error on there. Pasadena is playing North Shore. So they're playing North. Let's see if it's updated. Oh yeah, they're playing North Shore.
So yeah, we have Humble versus Dobie.
R22. And which one was it? It was off.
Humble. It was Humble. I didn't see the line there.
Thank you. Sorry about that. One error, not so bad. So Pasadena and North Shore. North Shore.
Go Pasadena.
Houston, Lamar, and Northbrook.
Lamar.
And Region 18 did not get updated, so this is kind of what we were able to pick through the Twitter for that here. Katy Paytow and Richmond George Ranch.
Payto.
Pado, yeah.
Cypress Ridge and Houston Heights.
Cypress Ridge.
Ridge.
Now I'm all paranoid. Houston Bush and Katy Jordan.
Katie Jordan made a run last year. But that was in, I think, what, 5A?
I want to say, yeah,
Yeah,
I
they made
believe
it
so.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So moving up to 6A. I mean, to make third place, in that 6A, in that
Yeah.
Katy district says a lot.
Yeah.
That could be, for them, the kind of the quote unquote upsets, but one of the upsets.
Yeah. Call it.
Because they even have a 4-2 win over Capel.
Were they just flip flopped, Harry? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then losses, they had a 1-0 loss to Harlan, 3-0 loss to Lake Travis. So, I mean, they've played some of the big boys. Seven Lakes, actually with Seven Lakes, had a 1-0 loss and a 1-1 tie.
Okay.
So this team could, they throw a muck and rich. I think I'm going to go with Katie Jordan on this one. I think they pull off the little minor upset here.
Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan. And then Everman Dan's already picked Humble over Pasadena Dobie. Are we rolling with that?
There we go.
Oof. I got Dopey on this one.
It's tough though.
Man,
That's
you
a,
can't go against guest picker. Come on.
that is a good.
But
Hey.
the red flag is the
I'm
seven.
just saying, I've got
seven
Dopey.
ties.
You have to necessarily put it in there.
That's a humble squad that plays well. They're very technical.
It's a good record.
You go against the RPI juice, huh?
Yeah, if you look at some of the games, the ties. That's kind of that's a big amount of ties and maybe those games they should have won.
Yeah.
And I know they beat a couple. Like I said, they beat Beaumont United, which is not a soccer owned team.
Mm-hmm.
They tied Kingwood twice. Beaumont Westbrook, they tied them I think twice as well. Atascosita as well too. They did have a 6-1 loss to North Shore. So I'm gonna go with Dobie.
All right. Just remember.
Yeah. Dan.
Alif Elsick, 17-2-3, 9-2-3, League City, Clear Creek.
Haley.
Sick, yeah.
Elsick. Kingwood, Humboldt Kingwood or Channelville.
Kingwood.
Dickinson or Pearland.
Another team with 7 ties.
10, is that right? 10?
12, 2, and
12.
10.
Yep.
Oh my god! I thought 8 was the wow.
10
I got
ties.
Pearland.
Wow.
I'm going to go with Pearland.
What are the odds that goes to penalties?
Pretty good.
Very
Yeah.
high.
Wow.
Yeah, they had 10 ties in the
So
season.
we got 14 draws between these two. Man.
Yeah, the losses they had it was with Angleton,
Yeah.
Ailey Velsick, but they did tie Elsick again twice.
No, I
Yeah.
guess I like Pearland, but
They did have a non-district game against Ridge Point.
Yeah.
They lost 6-4 in that
I
one.
did not realize they had 10 draws though. I think I must have missed that one.
Everman Dan said Dickinson are very good, but so are Pearland. So.
I'm going to go with the 3 seed, Pearland.
Yeah, Dickinson, I think they get knocked out
Yeah.
by Pearland.
Harry, just to rub it in. Just
Sorry, we got that wrong last year.
line from last year.
All right, so the bottom of 4, La Jolla and Los Fresno.
Fresno's.
Los Fresnos.
Harlan and Laredo United South.
Harlan.
Edinburgh North and Brownsville Hana.
I'm gonna go Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah.
Laredo Alexander and Warren.
I'm gonna go with Alexander because they've gone to the regional quarterfinals the last 2 years.
I got
They-
Warren.
They played a little tougher schedule than Warren as far as a non-district.
Yeah, I don't know if those calendars, those records are kind of too tight, too close. And given the district, I know not a knock on Warren's district whatsoever, you know.
Do we
And,
know where it's played at?
29 6A, but yeah, I think maybe slight edge in 30. If there's anyone from 30 you're going to go, it's probably the district champ and Alexander.
Mhm.
Alexander has that clout. Did you find where it's played at? Oh no, you're good, Harry. I thought you had found it.
I was trying to, but they didn't have it. Reagan and Steele.
Reagan.
Reagan.
Round Walk Westwood and Dripping Springs.
Could that be a game that they, even though Dripping Springs kind of limping in, this could be a test. Westwood has their hands full on this game, but I think Westwood pulls this one out.
Yeah, in case you didn't catch one of the recent posts from the 50-50 podcast, then Round Rock Westwood has our all-time district title celebrations from a shout out from a few years ago. So I'm gonna go with my guys, Westwood.
The little Sergio Ramos.
Yeah,
New Braunfels and Brandeis.
I'm gonna go with Brandeis.
this is tough.
Yeah, Brandeis. Yeah. They're strong.
Austin Bowie, who
Brand-
coming off a big one.
Bowie.
Stony Point might give him a challenge here.
That is a heck of a second round
Yeah.
matchup right there.
But I think, like I said, Bowie, I think, for that win at Lake Travis and to win the district title.
Yeah.
I think they give it a little
Well,
edge on that.
Brandeis is going to have a chance. They're going to be in there because they can finish.
Mhm.
They can finish. You make different discussions on the defensive side, but they can finish.
Soccer said Westwood, but close. Busted trophy. and said Brandeis for there. So Rafa, your alma mater, who always seems to upset on the boys the last 2 years. I've been to each one of those thinking, hey, it's going to be a win. Does Brennan get the job done, or is Del Rio?
This game's at Ferris, but I think Del Rio
It
wins.
doesn't matter where they're at.
Yeah.
They've been here the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah, this game, I think this time, like I said, Del Rio, I think they'll take care of business and they'll beat Brennan.
Harlingen or Edinburgh, Enemies.
Yeah, Enderberg.
O'Connor and LBJ,
O'Connor.
That's gonna be a tricky game, actually.
because they could travel down, right?
LBJ,
I think
like I said,
so. I think so. I think you're right.
knowing their background, they got some good quality individual players. Now, can they get it together
You're arguing the
as-
collective, right?
as one?
Yeah.
Like I said, sometimes they've won games by individual play. Like I said, one of my former club players played for LBJ, and when I went to go see them play individually, they were great. But sometimes there's one that, hey, I want to be the hero and stuff. It's going to be a tough matchup. I think now O'Connor, will they learn their lesson from last year? They had a lead against Del Rio, and they made a couple errors in the back, and they brought Del Rio back into the game, ended up losing it in overtime. So have they learned their lesson from that? I think O'Connor squeaks by on this game.
Yeah, I'm trying to verify that one, Harry, but I thought I had seen it, but no, it's not. I'm not finding
Oh,
it.
it's not.
I'm not finding it right now at this time, but I have to keep searching.
Brownsville Rivera and Edinburgh High.
Rivera.
And then the match of the match. Westlake, Vandergriff.
Like Travis.
Or Lake Travis, Vandergriff.
I think like Travis wins it.
Wow.
That's a great match.
Close, but they win.
Yeah. Hard to you
Can't
gotta
go against their goakeeper.
you gotta not you gotta they got that year of experience under their belt. They're the defending state champ. We gotta
Only loss was the last one, right?
yeah.
It's Bowie.
Yeah. So is that
Which ended, I think it was a 39 game
Yeah.
district winning.
Yeah.
So is it a minor hiccup? Is Bowie like Travis's kryptonite, or and how do they respond? So, yeah, I think we'll see. That's going to be a phenomenal matchup.
Clemens and Johnson.
That's going to be another great game too. I mean, recently I did get to see Clemens. Very, very good team, technical wise, touching the ball, very physical. They have a real physical forward that's built like a tank that can knock you off the ball. A great play. The goalkeeping might be the question here because is not tall in stature. Not calling short goalkeepers because there are some good ones, but you know, if Johnson can take advantage of maybe on set pieces, they may be able to knock in some goals. Johnson does have some quality goalkeepers as well. This is at Clemens, so my gut feeling I think Johnson pulls out this one.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. And FYI, by the way, the that Lake Travis Vandergrift match Thursday tomorrow, 7 p.m. at Cavalier Stadium there in Lake Travis.
Already advanced Lee over Judson. Sorry, Judson fans, but Lee's been the #1 team for majority of the season for Rafa.
For San Antonio, yes.
Round Rock and Diwali.
Round Rock.
Yeah, Round Rock.
Sometimes you.
Yeah.
I know you've got a soft spot for that one.
Yeah, Del Valle has really kind of built a good program the last couple of years. They've used to be, like I said, the kind of like the doormat of that district, but they've really, like I said, they've had a good run the last few years.
So Lee or Round Rock then?
That's gonna be a tough one there,
I got Lee.
but Lee will pull this one out.
And then Johnson or Lake Travis?
I think it'll be Lake Travis.
Brownsville Rivera or O'Connor?
Rivera.
Edinburgh or Del Rio?
That's going to be a tough one. I think Del Rio finds a way and wins this one.
Yeah,
I think this one they maybe go to overtime. This game probably be played in Laredo, and I think they'll find a way to win this one.
Slicing their way through that region. Look at that.
So Reagan Rattler show said Johnson if they score first, and then of course he went with Lee. And then he also mentioned keeper upgrade makes difference.
Yeah, with is he talking about for Lee or Reagan on the keeper?
Doesn't specify. It was right after the
Reagan.
Yeah, well, with having Sean Mativi back is big. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Another big one: Austin Bowie and Brandeis.
Bowie.
Yeah, that's going to be
Brandeis
interesting.
is really, really good.
That's going to be interesting. So, I think this question comes down to the Brandeis defense, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Brandeis led the area, right, San Antonio area, in scoring, right, in scoring. So, and they can finish. Now it's going to be a matter of, so can they get something on Bowie? I think so. It's just going to be. I think it comes down to the defense.
They did have a big win over Rockaway Heath, but they did have a tie with Lake Travis.
Earlier.
So I think they have the player. They also Brandeis does have good goalkeeping.
You're right.
So, but Bowie brings a lot of players back. They have the depth. This is going to be a very, very competitive game. Yeah,
82-4-9 against.
So for Brandeis to win this game, I can see a 1-0, 2-0. That's the way they're going to have to win this game. Their defense has to play perfect, but I think Bowie just has a little too much on this game. Yeah,
if Brandeis wins this, it like opens up. It completely shifts this bracket. Yeah.
Dave Phelan said Brandeis is finally healthy, but he really likes Bowie as well. And Everyman Dan said Sean is a great goalkeeper.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and that said, Reagan they're spoiled with some great goalkeepers. So
speaking of Reagan, Round Walk Westwood or Reagan?
I'm going to go Westwood.
Man, you're not making any friends here, Steve.
This depends on what style of play. What Reagan's kind of gone away is to that press.
Yeah.
And that press really, causes a lot of problems. And I don't know that's changed because of injuries and not having those players of depth to do the press. But having that, Sean back and the goalkeeping, that does raise their
Yeah, that allows them to go more
chances
aggressive
to
too.
more
Yeah.
aggressive. So, depending where this game's played at too, as well, is also going to be a key. If Reagan can be aggressive up top and get a lead against Westwood, I think Reagan. I'm gonna lean towards Reagan, I guess, because of goalkeeping. I think because with Sean back, I think he's going to be the difference maker.
Yeah, I slight edge here. Yeah, a lot of variables here, right? But a ton that we just cannot account for right now. But slight edge here, Reagan. If the Reagan we know, shows up, I think slight edge Reagan.
Yeah.
So Lee has a great keeper too. Big pickup for them.
Oh yeah.
Difference maker in the playoff for that here. So we're leaning Reagan at this point, but a lot of variables.
Yeah.
That come with that. Laredo, Alexander, and Brownsville on a.
I think Alexander pulls the win this one.
And then Harlan and Los Fresno.
Harlan.
Don't count out Los Fresnos because they did beat Southwest, and they're one of those teams in the Valley that's really risen up.
So is that really? Would you say that's their signature win though over a 5A this year?
No, like I said, they also played against Rivera, and their battle.
No, I mean, but win wise, would
for
you
them,
say
that's one of them, and going to.
To me, Harlan just has too much firepower.
Yeah,
it's going to be a tough game. I'm going to give the edge to Harlan.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough game for them because, Los Fresnos is going to be fighting.
And it depends where that's played at too, right?
Yeah, that game's probably going to end up being in Corpus. Unless they want to play that one home and home,
Yeah.
But like I say, if you look at, kind of looking at some of their games they played, they beat a couple of good teams here, but like I said, they've also lost.
Either that or they go the other way, right?
Yeah.
Laredo or somewhere there.
So here's a question for you guys: is it better to play a neutral side game or do the home and home coin flip? I know there's risk.
This is a Tuesday night game, so more likely it's going to be a neutral side game. So it's going to be at Corpus or it's going to be in Laredo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then moving over to the other side here. Humboldt, Kingwood, and Pearland.
I think Kingwood.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kingwood.
Gotcha.
Doobie or Elsick?
That's a close one.
RPI challenge here, man.
Everman and Dan went with Kingwood.
RPI challenge here. I think.
I'm going Elsick.
I think Elsick pulls off this one.
I think so.
Everman Dan says great match right here between Elsick and Doobie.
Mhm.
So we're going with Elsick.
Man, you guys are killing the great Dobie story, man. Wow. All right.
Cypress Ridge or Katy Jordan?
Cy Ridge.
I get the district, but yeah, I think Cy Ridge here. Yeah.
Lamar or Paytow?
I think Paytown.
Is a different story. Yeah, Paytown. Yeah.
Houston State Jesuit or Pasadena?
Strike.
Straight.
League City Clear Springs or Humble Summer Creek?
I think Clear Springs.
Yeah, Clear Springs.
Seven Lakes or Bella?
Seven Lakes.
Seven Lakes.
And Seco Ranch or Memorial?
It's a tricky one.
Yeah. I'm going to go Cinco Ranch again.
I think Cinco Ranch.
You in agreement, Coach?
Yeah, well, if they agreed, yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I slight edge, I guess. Yeah, district. I'll give that edge.
So then coming back down, you got the fourth place in 19 versus the winner of 19. So I'm assuming Seven Lakes.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Memorial did lose to Seven Lakes 7-0. So I think Cinco Ranch will take care of business.
Clear Springs or Strake Jesuit?
Straight.
Down on the bottom, Katie Pagatow and Cyridge.
Ridge.
Elsick and Kingwood.
I'm gonna go Elsick again.
Man.
Dave said Seven Lakes just bullies teams. So fun to watch.
And Elsick actually has a 2-0 win over a straight Jesuit.
Oh, they beat him earlier? I know Strake had won the first match.
Actually, yeah, they won 2-0. Yeah, that was straight one. And then the rematch was they won again 2-1. So they did sweep them.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Strake is tough.
Yeah, A-Leaf.
So the other side, Laredo Alexander, Harlan. This would be this is not
The quarterfinals.
To get into the regional semis.
Yeah,
so I got Harlan coming
Harlan.
out of this.
And then Austin Bowie and Reagan.
Bowie.
Sorry, Reagan fans. Brownsville Rivera and Del Rio. Rafa riding Del Rio again?
No. Rivera.
Yeah.
It's there.
You sure? Del Rio's not going to Georgetown? You sure?
Missing the sound.
One more time. Well, one last time.
It ends there. Maybe if I was there, that'd be different. if I was coaching, it'd be different.
I thought you meant playing.
No, coaching.
He'd be a player coach. He'd be doing both.
Never been
Be in the regional final.
Straight also plays the bully ball. Lee and Lake Travis here. So
Rematch of a regional final. The trilogy, actually.
Yeah.
I think this year Lee pulls out another one.
I'm gonna go Lee.
Because last year, had they faced each other last year, Lake Travis would have beaten them because Lee struggled not having their leading goal scorer, and then also they had problems with goalkeeping. Like I said, that's been fixed this year.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think this is what in San Antonio,
Homelander. Which I wish they played at Blossom.
Yeah, it's always.
I wish they played at Toyota Field, but that's a whole separate discussion.
Yeah, we can keep with. Yeah, I know. That's the problem.
Lee or Brownsville Rivera?
Very competitive game, but I think Lee pulls this one out.
I honestly think. I mean, no disrespect to Rivera, but if the styles make the matchups here, but if Lee can get past Lake Travis, I think this is not an afterthought, but I think this is an easier decision to make.
So Lee?
Yeah, I would say so.
And then in the bottom, Bowie or Harlan?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's.
Dave had Bowie over Reagan too. That's a rematch game for Bowie.
Yeah, just there. A lot of scenarios would have to happen. A lot of things would have to go a certain way for me to see Harlan in this one. I think I see Bowie.
Yeah, Bowie.
So then on the other side here, Seven Legs or straight Jesuit?
Seven Lakes.
Everybody going
I think it's
Seven
Seven
Lakes?
Lakes.
I'm leaning towards Strake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this is Coach Jimmy Kruger's year with Seven Lakes. Yeah, I think he's got them going off of building off of last year's state run.
Then Cy Ridge or Elif Elsick?
I think Side Ridge.
Side Ridge.
So then this sets it up here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So Region 3, Seven Lakes, Cy Ridge. Region 4, Lee,
Bowie.
versus Bowie. I think most everybody's pretty comfortable with Bowie, no matter. But Lee or Lake Travis winner, I think, is who you guys could see going opposite, based on the feedback.
Yeah, I see this playing out. Seven Lakes and Bowie.
Seven Lakes and Bowie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
Even though it's in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Lake Travis kind of clearly demonstrated that last year, right? In terms of coming down here and another Austin school kind of, I mean, it was tough. But
So what's the 6A?
So for 6A boys, Region 1, we've got Louisville, Hebron. Region 2 is the Woodlands. Region 3, Katy, Seven Lakes. So 2 teams out of Houston.
yeah, interesting.
And Region 4, Austin, Bowie.
So that's it as far as the picks. I'm going to ask you guys. You can pick whatever one state champion for boys or one state champion for girls. Who would be your pick out of the options that we have?
Well, I think I'll stay with the obvious, the one that I called from the very beginning. That's not a big one, right? At this point, it's well, there were 2 really that I was kind of pretty adamant on, but one runaway, if you will, in 6A girls, South Lake Carroll, right? And the other one that I was looking at was Bernie, right? Bernie boys in 4A. So yeah, I guess that's 1 boys, 1 girls that I think I still feel pretty confident about. And it's hard to bet against Coach Strong, right?
Yeah.
Coach Strong there as well, and what he's built there.
I know, like with Palestine, except they had that impressive record, but the quality of teams that they've played, I don't think it matches what Bernie's played.
You think at some point it's going to catch up?
It's going to, and it's actually has caught up to them a few times, and especially when they played like St. Lee, because St. Lee was more battle tested than when they faced on the final.
Yeah.
I think Bernie, what Coach Strong does, playing those teams, 5A or the 6As, even though they had a couple of setbacks with the Olive, but I think now they're ready to go, and they've really flexed their muscle during district play. So, like I said, I don't see anybody really challenge them in Region 4, but I think they played a better schedule this year.
Yeah.
And that's something maybe Palestine needs to kind of realize, hey, you know what? Yeah, having a 24-0 record looks pretty and stuff, but you need to start playing some teams. You need to start challenging your teams. Maybe play some Dallas area teams. They may take some losses, but in the end, that's going to pay some dividends when you play in the state tournament.
Yeah.
But Bernie, I think they're going to do the 3-peat. Yeah. And then for the girls side, I think for 4A, I think Salina. I don't think Salina girls. I think they're gonna repeat again.
That's what I was about to hit on. Is that if there's one matchup that I feel that I've been seeing more than any other, that is a clear collision course, I think is in 4A girls, Bernie and Salina, right? And that's the one I want to see, right? Because I think Salina, I just see it's Salina and everybody else. I think maybe Bernie and everybody else. But how they match up with each other, right? A year later, Salina's a year smarter. I mean, Salina's the defending state champ. Bernie's a year smarter, and Coach Shannon's Jeremy Shannon is built on what they have there at Salina. That's a matchup. I don't know. I don't know if it.
Because I don't think Stephenville or Bay City having enough to beat either Bernie or Salina. Yeah. And I think those are the 2 programs for the girls those are the kind of your top notch ones.
Right.
But to me, I'm gonna give even though Salina lost some key players, they just reloaded again.
Reloaded like nothing.
My dream matchup, hopefully maybe they schedule this next year. I want to see like South Lake Carroll versus Salina. Whether it's 4A to 6A, that'll be a great game for them if they can play next year.
Rafa wants an RPI championship, right?
But if you're looking at Salina's kind of taking that step to, where South Lake Carroll is at as far as the mystique, the teams have to really respect them and so or even fear them too. But the one team that may not fear them is going to be, I think, the Bernie girls. I think they can give them a challenge.
Yeah.
They'll give them a run for their money if they do get in the finals.
I agree.
Steve, any pick that you have?
Yeah, so we talked about 5A boys and the whole Frisco Wakeland, Frisco Lone Star kind of debate. I think if Lone Star can get through Wakeland, then I think they can, succeed in Georgetown and get that medal.
Yeah.
So that would be my pick. I was also going to mention, Salina 4A girls. I mean,
Yeah, Coach Adams has built a monster there in Salina. Yeah.
as you said, Bernie's a year smarter, but Salina is too.
Yeah.
So
My last question, is there a player that we should watch out for in the playoffs? Because it seems like there's always one or two players that kind of pop up through here. If you don't have a name, that's fine here. Just, I know you guys follow the state side a lot. So is there a player that either locally here in San Antonio or there that you think will be a big difference? I know we keep talking about what Nico Sellers with Cano.
Yeah, there's multiple. There's
Sean.
you've got the Kennedy Fuller,
Kennedy Fuller, she's
game changer.
top like Carol.
Game changer.
she can carry a team on her back and win games.
Yeah. The thing about that though is so Kennedy is so good that just the impact in terms of making to take her, I guess the impact she's having on making her already incredibly talented teammates even better, right? And, she's got little sister there who's a freshman named Camden Fuller, Zoe Matthews. Their goal, the name escapes me right now. Their goalkeeper. They got like 4 or 5 players that are in the youth, the girls' U.S. youth national team pool. It's a ridiculous amount of riches that they have there. But they're led by Kennedy Fuller. So I think that's just your next level player that has a different type of, that's just different. That's just different. But there's so many players. And I think the best part about right now, what's exciting about where we are right now is, there are players that are about to emerge onto the spotlight, right? It happens every year and it's so awesome to watch.
That's it for me, Coach. You want to wrap it up and then we want to do the video going out, or?
Yeah, we can, or I say we play the intro bracketology video on the way out one more time so we can hear the pseudo Nickelback song that we all think it's Nickelback, but
it's Harry singing though, right?
Yeah, it is. Some breaking news here. Some breaking news. Awesome. So, gentlemen, this has been great. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for opening up your home here to us. Really appreciate it. And we'll have to get a timestamp officially to see if we beat last year's record of 6 hours and 19 minutes. But I want to thank all of you. To our supporters, our listeners, thank you. We know different format this year. We wanted to come to you live, and definitely had some technical difficulties in the beginning, and we were able to figure out. But grateful for all of you, and definitely want to give all of you all for staying with us. Was it Fireman Dan? Yeah, I think he was.
He said 7 hours.
Yeah, 7. He's been here throughout, right? Or Everyman Dan. Sorry,
Everyman Dan.
Everyman Dan. You're now a fireman, so I promoted you. So thank you. I know. Dave, a lot of our listeners, thank you. Madison Harris out there as well. We want to give you guys a round of applause as well. All right.
Right here, right now, is all I ever want. All my yesterdays and my tomorrows are right here, right now. It's what I waited for. Now I can say this is the best day of my life. Oh, 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 oh. Right now, I want to step back